The Bible tells us in Genesis chapter 2 that man became a living soul. Our personhood exists as a body, a soul, and a spirit. We've been pretty adept as a church in talking about the body, the spirit, but the soul has always been a subject of mystery. I would like to define the soul as all that is within you, your internal world. 3rd John, the now mature and aged John the Apostle, he wrote to his friend Gaius, I pray that you may prosper in all things, even as your soul prospers. The word prospers loosely translates to embarking on a journey towards wholeness and completeness. It says to me that the state of our internal world, our soul, was meant to directly impact our external world. Read in the Bible that Jesus was in a boat with his disciple, and then a storm hit the boat, and the disciples began panicking, they began to worry for their lives, and Jesus was still sleeping in that boat in the midst of the storm. And they ran to the Messiah and they woke him up and said, Lord, do you not care that we are perishing? And Jesus woke up from the slumber, walked towards the storm, and he said this, peace be still, and the storm was instantly calm. Jesus had that perfect peace to sleep in the storm. Therefore, he had the peace to calm the storm. And that is what the life of the believer ought to look like. It is the will of God for us to not be deterred by the storms of life, but to have perfect peace in every storm. And not just that, for the state of our internal world to impact our external world. In the study of the soul, I find myself captivated by the words of Jesus in Mark chapter 8. He says this, for what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world, but to lose his soul? I believe in that statement, Jesus wasn't making reference to the eventual destination of the soul, but he was talking about the soul's present condition, that it was possible for a man to gain the whole world, to have everything look all right on the outside, but be in complete shambles on the inside. The first sign of a restless soul is that your emotions are inconsistent. And what does that look like? It looks like your emotions not matching up to the adversity or the situation. You might be overreacting to something or underreacting to something. David in Psalms 42 says this, why my soul are you downcast? Why so disturbed within me? David in that verse gives us precedence to question our emotions when they don't match up. Our feelings, they don't often reflect what is truth. The Bible tells us that the heart is deceitful above all else. Who can understand it? We are not called to live from feelings, but we are called to live by faith. You might be saying, hey, I don't feel like doing something, therefore I shouldn't do it. And if I do it, I might appear to be a hypocrite. I like to put it to you that it's hypocritical for us to profess to be a people of faith and only be motivated by feeling. It's time for us to live by faith and not by feeling. Matthew 11, it says this, come to me all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. If you're constantly busy, stressed, and on the edge, your soul life is in peril. I'm not saying it's dysfunctional to be busy. We all have seasons of busyness, but that's what is supposed to be, a season. You're not meant to constantly be overwhelmed, be heavy laden, be burdened in life. Hebrews 6 verse 19 says this, we have this hope, an anchor for our soul that's firm and secure. There's a popular saying, it goes, hope for the best, but expect the worst. That is the societal definition of what hope is. Hope is wishful thinking, is built on uncertainty. But the biblical definition of hope is this, it is the confident expectation of good. As believers, our soul finds rest, our soul finds peace because we have a hope that is anchored in the absolute goodness of God, in the absolute power of God. And because of that, our soul thrives, our soul prospers, our soul has peace in the midst of the storm. Beloved, I pray for you that you will prosper in all things, even as your soul prospers. God bless you.